Welcome to the Brew Life podcast show, episode 9. I'm your host, Steven, and today we'll be talking about accepting failure. Enjoy the show. It has been quite some time since I made a podcast show. Last one I made was about a week ago on January 2nd. And it's good to be back and stuff. And not only that, but today's the 19th and tomorrow is going to be my birthday. So I don't know, man. I'm pretty excited for that, though, but at the same time kind of nervous because, I'm growing up, I'm evolving out here. And I don't know. It's just kind of crazy how my birthday is already here already that fast this January. And and also it's going to be in the same day on Martin Luther King Day, which is pretty cool. And so gonna put that out there. Tomorrow's my birthday, and also happy Martin Luther King out there day to you guys. Okay, so let's get into this episode. And today we'll be talking about failure. And I think this is another, interesting topic to talk about because we all experience this, like I said. And so failure. I feel like nowadays, in the society we live in, it makes us steer away from failure. Like, I feel like, nowadays, no one can't really handle failure. And I don't really know why. No one can really handle it now. No one just can't seem to accept failure. And I feel like failure is important because it's a balance, success and failure. That's two balances, balance of light and day, night and day, just good and bad, ups and downs and stuff. Like, failure and success is like a two sets of balance. And I just feel like failure can actually just give us a guide way to success later on when we experience something that we just quote unquote failed. But like when we learn from that failure, when we learn from our mistakes, that just overall just makes our mind much more clearer on where to go to become a greater person, to become better, and just have that success in you that you've always wanted, I guess you'd say. And nowadays, I feel like with the fear of failure, I feel like just if you have that fear of failure in you, man, you're gonna be pushed into more and more of a mediocre life. Okay, like if you're doing a big risk for yourself, for example, like starting a business, that is such a big risk. And 99% of the time, right, you're going to fail in your first brand, in your first business. No doubt about that. And that's totally okay if your first brand fails. That's totally normal. And sometimes I feel like it's just like we always steer away from failure, and that just makes us more and more into a life of mediocrity. What I mean by the life of mediocrity is full of comfort. Life of mediocrity is just following the crowd, conforming, and not making your own decisions in your life. Mediocrity is just not taking that risk that you always wanted to take, not taking that big leap of faith. And that's why I feel like with mediocrity, never live in a life of mediocrity, because just imagine yourself like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like, you're just old now, and now you're just looking back at your days, and now you're just starting to regret it right now. You start regretting it, like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I take this leap? Why did I participate in that? All of a sudden, all these thoughts start getting to your head of just regret. And now you're just realizing the fact now, wow, my life has been a lie. I told myself a lie this whole time. Because with a life of mediocrity, the reason why it's so hard to get out, I feel like, is because we always tell ourselves a lie on why we do on that bad habit, why we do on that thing that we don't really like to do. We always do something to make us comfortable, even though comfort, it can just consume us sometimes, and comfort can just be a bad thing, and like some point in time in your life, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone no matter what. For example, like, let's say, you like this person, you find this person attractive, right? Whether, this person from school or from work, and like the only way to like interact with her, the only way, or to like, I guess you say, just building up that relationship with that person is you have to get out of your comfort zone. You gotta get out. 100%. You gotta go talk to that person. You gotta go talk to her or him. You gotta do it. Or else, like, if you live in your comfort zone, nothing's gonna happen. There's not gonna be any change at all. And if you get rejected, that's totally okay. Okay? If you get rejected from that person, that's fine. Just accept that failure and just be proud of yourself. Wow, I just did that. Like, it wasn't that hard at all. And, like, that's what it is nowadays. For example, let's say this person want to ask this other person out, to a date, right? But he is way too scared to ask her out. Why? Because he is afraid of failure. He's afraid of the rejection. And that is such a bad thing to think. Because, like, just, like, because, okay, let me say it like this way. A bad result is better than no result. Okay, a bad result, at least you got a result that you actually took a risk of. But a no result, you don't know what could have happened. A no result is a mediocre result. Like, no result, what I mean by that is just like, no result, nothing has happened. And like, once you go to your comfort zone and you get that no result, now you start regretting all of a sudden. Now you're just like, damn, why didn't I do it? Why didn't I go talk to her? Because, and like, and probably like if you probably ask her out, she probably could have said yes. You probably could have got that yes result. But no, you're too afraid to get the bad result. And now you're in your comfort zone, and now you're in that no result, just nothing, neither bad or good result of that action. And no result can be hard as well. And I know it can be hard sometimes. On the topic of just like talking to people that is not in your comfort zone is really, really difficult. And I'm still learning as well. I'm still learning. I'll be honest with you. Like, I still have that, like, sometimes when I be myself and I'm confident, I can get out of my comfort zone very easily and talk to other people. But sometimes when I try to be this other person, I try to be someone else, and not be myself, then the conversation will feel so awkward. I just, and all of a sudden this fear starts to grow in me, this anxiety, and then I just avoid the conversation altogether. And especially the fact, like, I think last week ago, I'm pretty sure, I tried to talk to this person, though I just backed out. And, yeah, I just backed out. And I could have the chance to talk to that person as well. I could have had the chance. But no, I was too scared. I don't know why. And it's just anxiety in me. And, like, if you're in that position right now when you're having some anxiety and stuff, it's okay, man. It's okay. Just keep on practicing. That's all I say. Keep on practicing. I think that's the reason why we have anxiety. It's just because we're so afraid to gain the bad result. Oh, what if this person what if the conversation gets awkward? What if the conversation, what if, she says something bad to me? What if all this? What if? But not what now? Okay, that didn't really make sense. But not what now? And it's just like, dang. It's just, man. We always think about what if. And I hate the word what if. Because I still use that word to this day. And I want to get out of that habit of saying what if. And just take on that action. And yeah, like just imagine if you're trying to talk to this girl and she's in like you're all of a sudden in your head, what if this happens? Oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? And you do nothing because you're just stuck in your head. But what if you just take the action right now and you actually go talk to that person? It'll feel so much better. Like the conversation will be so good. It feels natural. It feels at the flow state. And you just say to yourself, wow, that wasn't that bad. Like, that wasn't that bad at all. And yeah, today we're talking about failure. And that's one example of failure. Just trying to talk to another person that, we're not really in a comfortable state with. So moving on. Why do I think we have a fear of failure? I think one of the reasons why is because of the school system. And I'm not kidding when I say that. I feel like the school system, in my opinion, makes us hate failure. Makes us don't want to handle failure. Because, like, school has always been teaching us, always be successful, always win, always take that W, always just, get good grades 24/7, and always just accomplish the good things and stuff, and just always being successful 24/7. And that puts a lot of weight into us, because what if we mess up? And all of a sudden, when like us as students, we start overthinking, what if we mess up? What if just, we fail and stuff? What if we get that bad grade? I feel like school never really teach us about accepting failure. Not at all. Like, I feel like back then in elementary, my teachers could have just taught me, my teacher just talked about, like, I wish my teacher just talked about, like, I guess, accepting failure. And just accepting that you're going to fail sometimes. You're going to lose. And that's okay, because failure is just going to make you grow better as a person. It's going to make you evolve more as a person. It's going to make you just become more greater. I guess you say more greater. Be greater. That's the quote that I got from Spider-Man PS4. Be greater. And yeah, I actually like that quote. Just be greater. Just keep on. Like, failure makes us evolve. And just failure just clears our mind and just guides us to success, like I said. And I feel like that's the problem with the school system nowadays. The school system now, like, they punish students too much for people who actually did their best, and, they failed, maybe that, let's say for a student, like, got a bad grade, right? They failed on that test. They got an F on that test. They, didn't do so well overall in the quarter. And then, once all these things, all these negative things that all of a sudden just came out, fail on a test, bad grades, it's like the end of the world for them. Like, seriously, I remember, when I get that, bad grade, when I get that bad score on my test, it just felt like, wow, am I dumb? Am I stupid? And, like, you just start thinking about these negative emotions, like, wow, am I good enough, man? And even though in reality, you're not stupid at all. You're not dumb at all. It's just a grade. Just learn from your mistake and just, okay. Just accept failure. Be honestly, just accept it. And nowadays, we just can't really handle nowadays. And that's such a bad thing. Honestly. And man, there's so many things I feel like the school system needs to be fixed on. Especially just teaching students to accept failure, man. Because, like, nowadays, when you just, say fail on a subject at school, most of the times, our parents would punish us or something like that, or the school system would punish us, and there's all these bad outcomes. Even though, like, let's for say, like, a student just failed on that test, the teacher should encourage that student. The teacher should just be happy for the student, at least, they at least tried, they put their best into that work, and, like, just encourage them, like, just keep on going, and that's okay, and especially with parents, if someone get a bad grade, right, parents should just, like, be proud of their kids still. They should be proud of them, no matter what. Because that is just a learning experience. Without failure, how can we learn in the first place? Failure and success, they're two learning experiences, and they're really important. You can't have neither one. You can't experience just one success. Okay, I don't really know how to say it. You can't just like experience one source, I guess you say. You can't experience one source like success and failure. You have to experience both of them, no matter what. It's just how it's gonna be. That's how life is gonna be. You gotta experience both. And yeah, you just can't have one or the other. You know? And it's just like, just imagine just saying like this, like, we all want to be successful, right? And now I want you to think about what success do you like, what dream do you have that you want to be successful of? Let's say, maybe you want to be really good at, let's say, gymnastics. You want to do some backflips, you want to do some front flips, all these crazy stuff, all these crazy tricks, right? Or you want to have a successful brand, or you want to get a lot of money, or just anything that is positive. Now imagine that, right? You got that instantly, like snap of your finger, instantly like that, right? Imagine if you have your success right now, without doing nothing, without having without doing the experience at all, without getting without like getting out of your comfort zone and just actually doing it. All of a sudden, you just got it on your lap. Like success, just all of a sudden just dropped down in front of you, and now you got it. Well, for sure, once you got that success, for a second you're gonna feel happy. You're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, this is like the best thing in the world. And like, you may enjoy it, like you're gonna enjoy it for a few moments, but later on, you're not going to like, it's just not satisfying anymore. Like that instant gratification goes away really quick. Once if we just all of a sudden have success right away, and without no work into it, without no grind into that thing that we always wanted to build. And that's the thing. We're going to need, like, we have to work towards something, like, no matter what. Like, if we just had success in our lap, that success won't be, like, that enjoyment won't last forever, It just won't. But let's say, you start working towards something that is going to build you, right? You want to improve something. You want to try something new. And you actually do that experience and just get out of your comfort zone and just start doing it. And then you see the process of it. You start, failing sometimes to time. You just start like, there's sometimes like you just want to give up and quit. And there's sometimes you just feel motivated and just have that willpower in you that you are going to do it, that you are going to, like, you are going to be successful. And, you just built that up. And there's just a lot of ups and downs in you. There's a lot of ups and downs. And then you reach that goal. That instant gratification, quote unquote, just became long-term gratification. You just, like, appreciate it much more than just long-term. No, than just, like, short-term gratification. You just appreciate it a lot better. You just enjoy it more. Now you just, like, I guess you say, built on some skill. You built on something that you always wanted to learn. Now all of a sudden, like, wow, I just feel like I just appreciate this now. And that appreciation can last forever. I mean by forever, like, sincerely forever. Like, just say, like, all of a sudden you just got a gold medal out of nowhere, without no hard work, without anything. Someone just knocked on your door and just gave it to you. Sure, you may be happy for a little while, but that gratification of that gold medal is, it's gonna be gone really quick. And that's the thing. That's with failure as well. Failure give us that instant gratification because, I just feel like, nobody can't, like, it's just not completely fair if everyone just became successful all at once, all of a sudden, without no hard work, without nothing. That's not how this world even works in the first place. It's not how the universe works. We have to we have to experience something in order to get somewhere. And we actually had to get out of our comfort zone to get somewhere as well. And that's really important. And just think about all the businesses that did fail. I mean, just think for example, think about Apple. When Apple started out back then, man, that company failed so many times. Like, I'm pretty sure it almost went bankrupt, like, lots of times. Lots and lots of times. A lot of trial and error with Apple. And now look where Apple is right now, the company. And, like, just look what Steve Jobs built. Steve Jobs had to face failure. No matter, like, he had to face it in order to get where he wanted to be back then. Or just to say, like, Microsoft. Microsoft definitely failed many times as well. Nintendo definitely failed plenty of times. Like, if you're going through a tough time right now and you feel like you're just a failure and stuff, like, just look at all the, successful companies out there that actually made it. And I feel like, that's a good example. If you actually do want to start your own business, you actually do want to start your own brand, you're going to have to fail no matter what. And that failing, that failure is just an experience of your life. And that failure is going to translate to success. But that option leads up to you. Okay, that option leads up to you. Okay, you decide if you want to turn that failure into something positive, into something that is going to make you grow as a better person. Or you can just accept it. Or, wait, I don't know what to say. Or you can just, like, not handle failure. You're not accepting it. You feel down. Now you just want to quit. You want to give up after that one experience, after that one learning experience. Now you want to give up now? Dang, after all the things you built? Jeez, man. And just, yeah. Just anything, just failure is really important. Failure is our best friend. And I definitely mean by that. I feel like failure is our best friend. And it's just teach us, like, what the things we need to work on. And, like, failure is a sign that you're learning and growing. It's just a sign that, hey, just keep on going. And just a learning experience, man. And anything else to say? This is going into 22 minutes. I've said a lot of things. Okay, let's get more into detail with, just the learning experience, I guess. I feel like the reason why people aren't really, like, the position they want to be in right now is because we compare ourselves to other people. And that's another way to make us feel like we're failures as well. When we compare ourselves to other people, especially in school. Like, just imagine yourself, like, you got average grades, right? Average grade, neither good or bad, right? And then all of a sudden, you start talking to your friends and stuff, and all of a sudden they got, like, straight A's, they got really good grades and stuff, and that makes you feel like, wow, am I a failure? Am I dumb? Am I stupid? And it and then, like, once we compare ourselves to other people, it feels like a race all of a sudden. It feels like we have to get to the finish line. We have to finish the goal, like, super quick. Like, we have to finish the finish line super quick. And I just feel like, you just gotta focus on yourself. You gotta focus on your, like, foundation that you want to build. Like, you can't just focus, like, imagine, like, if you focus on other people's, like, process of being in that successful position, then you're never going to be in the position where you want to be, because you keep on watching, you keep comparing yourself to other people. Success, like, how are you going to get things done? Everything takes time. Everything takes patience. It really takes time. Like, seriously, it just takes patience. Like, you just gotta focus on your own car, and just, find ways of yourself on how to get to that finish line. Man, so right now I'm not really sure what else to say. I've said a lot of things. Wow. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, this is just a really good episode just for today. Did I tackle a lot of things on top. I'm really sorry if I'm now like lost on what to say now. I'm like trying to think on top of my head because right now as we're recording this podcast episode, I don't have no like notes or lists to talk about. So I'm just talking about this like straight out of my head, like seriously, straight from the heart and stuff. And yeah, so I just feel like like that fear. Let's talk about fear, I guess. Even though I already talked about fear, but you know what? Why not talk about it again? Fear is just an illusion. I just feel like fear just pushes us more and more to just a life we don't really want at all. And if you're just like scared of failing, like you shouldn't be scared at all. And I think one reason why we're so scared is because how other people judge us on like how we just like no one really likes to experience a failure at all. No one. Like seriously. I remember like at school and stuff, I always used to thought of myself like I'm a failure all of a sudden. Like I've always been the odd one out in school. I always just like I could never really conform with other people in school. I could just never really conform to the school system. And with that, like, always thought, like, is something wrong with me? Am I strange? Am I weird? Am I, like, am I a failure and stuff? And it's just like that. And I just start comparing myself to other people. Like, and it's just a cycle. That's just a cycle of just unhappiness, I can just say. It is a cycle of unhappiness because like you're not really appreciating the now. We always think about the future. Like, here's the thing, we always like just always think about the future of our success. We always think about the outcome of this dream we have, and this outcome that we're trying to translate from our minds into reality. And, that can be a good thing to have that vision of your success. That's actually a really definitely a good thing. But like, we always just feel like it feels impossible to do it. We always feel like it's just like, oh, it's out of my league. Even though nothing's out of your league. Like, seriously. And once we start having that, thinking about success in our head, now all of a sudden, now we start thinking about the bad things, the bad outcomes that are going to happen. And that's just really a bad way to put it. And here's the thing, like, if you want to have that success in your head, you gotta like think positively. Like, you gotta think positively where in the position you are right now. You may not like where you are right now. I definitely don't really like the position I am right now sometimes, though I am really grateful that I've built my small little foundation. I'm really grateful for that, even though I may be not in a position where I don't want to be right now. Though I know later on, if I just keep on building it and just not give up, something good's gonna come out of it. Definitely. And just So I think that is it for today's episode. I just ran out things to say. I'm really sorry about that. Maybe I can tackle more topic on just accepting failure later episodes. But just So thank you guys for listening, and it's really good to be back on this podcast episode. And just like we're almost at episode 10. How crazy is that? We're almost at the 2 digits right now. Episode 10. And I'm not sure when it's gonna be, though I know for sure it's gonna come. And just and also I try to make another podcast episode like a week, past weeks ago. No, what am I saying? Not past weeks ago, but I try to make a podcast with someone at my school, though as of now it's not really working out because we can't really find the right time to record it. And I just really hope that I can have a guest on the show that, I just really want someone to be on the show, just instead of just me all the time. And that would be really good and just really awesome and cool. And, yeah. So, that is it for today's episode. I really hope that you guys learned something for today. And if you're going through something right now that you feel like, you may be a failure, keep on pushing. That's all I'm saying. And just have that positive outlook and stuff. And just don't be afraid of getting out of your comfort zone. You gotta sometimes kill the comfort zone, to get where you want to be. And just, yeah. So that is it for today's episode. My name is Steven. This is the Brew of Life show. And yeah, tomorrow's my birthday. Hey, tomorrow's my birthday. I don't really know how to feel about it, but yeah. Anyways, this is the Brew of Life show. My name is Steven, and signing out. Peace.